All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're talking about a tool that's so much more than just another chatbot. We're going to explore how AI is finally getting hands and feet to actually do the work for us. This isn't just about efficiency. It's about freeing up our time and our creative energy so we can focus on what really, truly matters.
You know, this whole thing really started with a moment of pure, relatable frustration. Just picture this. The very people building these incredible AI models are stuck in this soul-crushing loop. They ask the AI for code, then have to copy it, paste it somewhere else, run it, and then do it all over again. This one simple question from a developer at Anthropic just nails the problem. And honestly, the answer to it is what we're going to unpack today.
So, let's dive into the core of this big shift. We're talking about a massive leap, right? From something that's basically a conversational partner to a true digital collaborator that can actually get things done for you, right inside your digital world.
And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got the old way, the chatbot, totally stuck inside its little chat window. But on the other side, you've got the AI agent, which breaks free. It can actually interact with your computer, it can edit your files, it can work on a task for hours all by itself. And maybe the most important part, it doesn't just give you the code, it actually implements the solution for you.
Okay, so how does a language model suddenly get these superpowers? Well, it's not magic, not at all. It's actually a really brilliant and frankly understandable formula that gives it the power to act.
So here's what's so crucial to understand. An AI agent is way more than just the language model itself. The model, yeah, that's the brain. But for it to actually be useful, it needs tools to interact with the world around it and memory so it can remember what's going on. It's this powerful trio that turns a thinking machine into a doing machine.
I love this metaphor. It's just perfect. A brain in a jar, I mean, it has all this potential, right? But without a body, it can't do anything. Tools are basically the arms and legs for the AI. They give it the ability to do stuff like search the web, edit your files, or send an email. It's what turns all that intelligence into real, tangible action.
Okay, enough theory. Let's get to a practical demonstration and see how this all clicks together. We're literally going to watch Claude Code build a fully functional piece of software from just a single, simple sentence.
The setup here is it's incredibly straightforward. You just pick a folder on your computer, you open up the terminal, and don't worry, think of it as just a direct line to your computer's brain. And then you give Claude Code the green light with one simple command. After that, it's all about just telling it what you want it to do.
And that's it. That is the entire instruction. There's no complicated code, no technical jargon, just a simple request in plain English. See, you're not telling it how to build the game, just what you want. This is a huge shift in how we interact with our computers, and it's really the core of the new AI literacy, just learning the art of the clear request. 14 seconds. That's it. That's all it took. In just 14 seconds, Claude Code understood the request, wrote all the code, created all the necessary files, and built a fully working game from absolutely nothing. Just think about that for a second. A complete piece of software created from one sentence in less time than it takes to make a cup of coffee. Wild?
Okay, look, a game is a fun party trick, for sure. But what does this really mean for your day-to-day work? This isn't just about creating things from scratch. It's about managing your digital life and getting back your most precious resource, your time.
This has to be the #1 question on everybody's mind, right? Do you need to be a developer to make this work for you? And the answer, let me tell you, is a huge, resounding no.
I mean, think about all the digital busy work that just drains your energy every single day. Claude's Code can be your own personal digital assistant, tackling all those tedious tasks. It can organize your chaotic files, tag your audio recordings, or even take your jumbled notes and turn them into a polished document. It's about taking back your time and your mental space to focus on what actually matters to you.
So are you ready to try it yourself? Let's quickly walk through the steps to get Claude Code up and running. I think you'll be pretty surprised at how easy this is. It's really just a 4-step process. First, you'll need a paid Claude account. Then you just copy one line of text from their website and paste it into your computer's terminal. And listen, here's a really important tip. When it asks you how to pay, make sure you choose your subscription account. If you choose to pay by the API key, it can get incredibly expensive, like really fast.
Now, I know the terminal might sound a little intimidating, but really, it's just a direct line of communication with your computer. All you have to do is think of it as the doorway that you're opening to let Claude Code inside, so it can start working its magic on your files.
And hey, if you want to level up a bit, using a free code editor is definitely the best way to work. It basically gives you this complete dashboard view. On one side, you can see all your files. In the middle, you see the content of any file you open. And down at the bottom, you've got the terminal, where you're commanding Claude. You get to see everything it's doing in real time. It's pretty cool.
So now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. Claude Code isn't just another tool. It's a key piece of a brand new, streamlined, creative process. A process that can take you from just a simple idea to a fully realized digital product that you actually own. This is basically the new roadmap for creators. So, step 1, you visually design the front end of your app. Think of it as the book cover in a tool like Lovable. Step 2, you export that design's code to GitHub, which is a free place to store it. Step 3, and this is where Claude Code just shines, you use it to build all the functionality, the contents of the book. And finally, step 4, you use a service like Vercel to deploy it, and boom, your creation is live on the web in seconds. This right here, this is the real game changer. This entire workflow represents a massive shift in creative power. You're no longer just a user on somebody else's platform. You are a builder. You're an owner. You're creating and controlling your own digital destiny. And you can do it in a way that's totally true to your own values.
Look, for decades, the ability to build software was locked behind this incredibly high wall of learning to code. Well, that wall is now crumbling down. The power to make something, to manage it, and to sustain a digital business that actually fits your life, it's more accessible now than ever before. So I guess the only question left is, what will you build?
A cloud-based visual editor like Lovable allows you to design a polished application interface quickly. You can click the buttons and navigate the menus, but the application is currently a hollow shell, the exterior of a house with no interior structure. This diagram shows the missing layers under the surface. When the interface pulls apart, it reveals a void where the database logic, user authentication, and server infrastructure should be. Without these, the app cannot store information or process data. To fill this gap, we move the project off the rented Visual Builder. We will use Anthropic's Claude Code on your local machine to engineer the missing logic, then host the final product using Vercel. You need 4 things ready before starting this pipeline: a paid Claude account, a paid Lovable plan, a free GitHub account, and a local code editor like VS Code or Windsurf. Moving from a cloud-based visual editor to local source code allows you to control the application's logic and data structures directly. Open your local computer terminal. Retrieve the initialization command from the Claude Code Quick Start documentation and execute it to begin the installation. During setup, the terminal will present an authentication prompt. You must choose between an account subscription or an API key to pay for computing resources. This chart compares the financial paths. The API key bills per action. Because agents run for hours, costs can reach thousands of dollars. The flat bar represents the $20 subscription. The account option keeps resource usage within your standard limit. Setting this flat rate safety net is a mandatory step before allowing an AI agent to write and iterate on back-end code. Inside Lovable, use the native export tool to push your front-end design into a newly generated GitHub repository. Navigate to the GitHub repository and copy the unique .git URL from the primary code drop-down menu. On your local machine, create a new, entirely empty project folder. To avoid scattering files across your system, right-click this specific folder and select the option to open a terminal directly inside it. Type the command git clone, followed by the URL you copied from GitHub. This pulls the design files from the cloud to your local hard drive. Open this populated folder inside your code editor, such as Windsurf or VS Code, to verify that the files have arrived correctly. Moving the repository to an isolated local environment places the project's source code on your own hardware, where it can be modified without platform restrictions. Open the built-in terminal window in your code editor to initiate the Claude agent within your project folder. When you run the start command, you must include the specific flag, -- dangerously skip corrections. Without this flag, the agent hits a block gate every time it tries to modify a file, stalling the build process. Applying the flag allows the agent to iterate rapidly, reading existing files and generating database structures autonomously. Provide the agent with a plain English prompt. Tell it to review the front-end code and construct the missing database and login architecture. Removing the permission bottleneck allows the agent to execute code, manage files, and resolve errors without waiting for a human response at every step. Your local application is now functional, combining your original design with the newly engineered backend logic. Navigate to the Vercel platform and input the same GitHub repository URL used during the migration. Vercel reads the repository and compiles the live site automatically. This deployment process typically takes less than a minute and requires no manual server configuration. Vercel provides a live, shareable web URL. Your application is now accessible on the public web, running the custom logic built on your local machine. Moved a visual mockup locally, used AI to engineer the backend, and pushed to a live server. This pipeline establishes a direct path for updating your application. You can now modify the backend logic locally, test changes on your own machine, and push updates to your live server independently.